What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and today we'll be talking about Near Protocol. It is the 18th day of June, and here we are at $2.26 with roughly 10 and a half hours left in the day. If you'd be so kind, I would ask you to hit that like button, please, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. Let's get into the price predictions, the video, and carry on. Enough of the formalities. So here we are. We have a little bit of a double top here. Arthur Hayes and some people with fat bags sold. It's probably Arthur Hayes and his buddies. They sold, and well, you're seeing a little bit of recovery. A lot of people were complaining that the market is manipulated. Arthur Hayes was telling people to buy, and now he's telling people that he's sold out. And if you were crying about it, instead of making a move, you actually missed out on a very tradable opportunity there, because Near Protocol, from the low here to where it is now, it's up like over 20%, which is pretty nice. It's pretty nice, actually. And if you bought at any time that was more suitable instead of emotional, you're probably in a very solid position right now to take profits, or maybe to even stack more. I think that we could be moving up higher here. We're looking at this, and a lot of volume came in, guys. A lot of volume. I don't think a move like this happens and you don't go lower. I do think that we go lower at some point, but there's still a chance that we go a little bit higher from here. We could form a lower high. Maybe we even get a slightly higher high, and then we sell off. Whatever the case may be. Let's look at the short-term stuff, and then we'll zoom back out to the daily time frame here. Okay, looking at the 1 hour time frame here. You do have a bit of a bearish candle on the 1 hour. We've seen this though before. We've seen somewhat bearish looking candles on the 1 hour, bearish looking candle there, and you still moved up. It's the 1 hour time frame. It's not necessarily the most serious time frame, but you still do have lower highs here in this kind of context. You are building some volume. It's serious enough, I think. We look at the 1 hour RSI. Overall, it's a very bullish RSI, actually. You are showing a little bit more weakness now than you have in a little while, but overall, it's a pretty bullish RSI. The stochastics are looking good right here. The MACD is bearish, but you're also building some bullish momentum. Again, especially when it comes to the 1 hour time frame, I'm not that intimidated by candles like this. I mean, look, if you were intimidated by these candles, you missed on that nice little pump there, right? If you were intimidated by this candle, you would have missed out on that little pump there. So it's not always a bad thing to see a candle like this, right? It can be, it definitely can be, but I'm not going to use that as my single point of focus, at least not on the 1 hour time frame. The indicators are decent enough, I will say that. 4 hour time frame, looking at this, we do have lower lows in the RSI, we do have lower lows in the price, but from here you actually have lower lows. From there you have lower lows in the RSI. You actually have higher lows in the price, which is a form of hidden bullish divergence. Here, your downward trend is pretty minimal. Your upward trend is actually starting to come into shape here. From a low to a high, and not the fake out high, but the high of the move. Bounce off the 0.5. I mean, that could be a low. That could be a low of which you really start to build from, and that you break out of this and move higher. That really could be the case there. Looking at this with our indicators, the RSI, it could be finding support here. Overall, it is a bullish RSI. I'm not seeing enough to be bearish here, but I'm not seeing enough to be gung-ho bullish either. Now, the stochastics coming out of the oversold zone like this after being oversold for a little while, I like that. Moving down here and volumes dying off as you're moving down, I like that. So yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit more bullish there. And the MACD's right at the zero, perfect area to bounce. Looks good. Looks good enough in my opinion. So I would call, and I am going to call for a bounce in this area. Doesn't mean that a bounce is right here, right now. Maybe you go a little bit lower first, but I feel comfortable enough calling for that. Looking at the daily time frame here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Daily time frame. Now this RSI looks a little bit menacing here. Man, it's going back and forth, isn't it? But you did break out of that. You're finding support at the 0.5, at the 50. Interesting. It looks menacing, but it's not. It is overall bullish. Why is it overall bullish? Getting overbought, getting overbought, getting overbought. When's the last time you got oversold, right? Living predominantly above the 50. And here now you've actually just found support there. It actually does look good. Interesting. Stochastics look good. The MACD looks good. Wow. You're going to move higher. Probably. Doesn't mean that you will. It's just my expectation. High to low here. Golden ratio 382, perfect. Do it, man. Yeah, go higher. 786, 886. That's your next target. $2.75 to $2.90. That's the call. Here we are at 224. 10 hours, 20 minutes left in this day, the 18th of June. I suspect we will see a $2.75 to $2.90 price. That's my suspicion. A higher high, and maybe from there you find resistance in this area and then you sell off. Again, I don't think that this kind of selling pressure, Arthur Hayes or no Arthur Hayes, whatever you want to say, I don't think that this kind of selling pressure is for naught. I don't think that this means you're going to rally. Maybe you do, but my suspicion is move up, you probably have another chance to sell off, and then you likely do sell off and move down. That'd be my suspicion. So I've got nothing else. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, I don't know, leave a scathing review, comment, or something. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.